Hello and welcome back to Sew at Home Party. This is Andrea and today we are going to be talking about embroidery and with using our Cricut. I know what you're thinking, that's crazy, you can't embroider on a Cricut, but I'm going to show you how you can use your Cricut to help you and make your own embroidery patterns. And I have a really cool tool that I found online. I actually had someone custom make this from a shop I found on Etsy. So stay tuned and I'll tell you more about that and where you can find yours. So like I said in the intro, we're going to use our Cricut to help us in our embroidery projects this time. And we're going to be using these sulky iron-on transfer pens. And just to be clear, just so everybody's aware, this is not a sponsored video. I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I'm just told the company that made the one pattern or the one design for me that I would give them a shout out because I really love their products and I think they're really awesome and people should check them out. And obviously I'm not linked to Sulky in any way or any of these products, but I just wanted to show you because I think it's a really cool tool to use with your Cricut. And this company that I found on Etsy randomly one night has other adapters for the Cricut as well, so they can use your Sharpie markers, your Sharpie pens, all different kinds of gel pens, things like that, all by using these cute little adapters that they've made for the Cricut. Now this is the one, and each one when you get it will say what it's for. So like this one here is for the Sulky pen, as you can see there. And I have other adapters as well that are used for the Sharpie pens and things like that. But they made these little adapters and then they fit inside. Pan you over here to my Cricut. They fit right inside that slot. And then you just stick a pen in there and it will, you know, the Cricut, if you have a Cricut. If you're not familiar with a Cricut, the Cricut looks like this. And a Cricut is just a really fancy paper crafting cutting machine. Excuse me. Mine looks like this. You can cut all kinds of things from paper crafting to vinyl, make t-shirts, iron-on vinyl. You can make, you know, the wall decals, you name it. They have all different versions of the Cricut. Again, I'm not affiliated with Cricut. My wonderful husband got me this for a Christmas gift. And I made this decal up here for my Cricut because I'm a Super Hulock is what that stands for. For if you liked Supernatural, Doctor Who, and the show Sherlock. So, and it has all these different things on the dial that you can use to cut different things. So it's a really handy tool. I use it mostly to cut vinyl for t-shirts and things. However, I had this idea pondering in my head. And when I came across this company's website on Etsy to make these adapters, I thought, well, why not see if they, because it said on the bottom they're open to custom designs. So I emailed them and I asked, you know, would you be able to make an adapter for these Sulky pens? Because if you could use this, the possibilities would be endless on the embroidery designs you could do. And they got back to me. It took them a little while because, you know, life happens. But they got back to me and they said absolutely they would try, and they were able to come up with this. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to, on my computer in just a second, I'm going to bring you up to speed on their Etsy shop and give them a little shout out. And then I'll explain to you how all this works and we'll go from there. So just give me a second. Okay, so this is the website on my computer. It was made by KidSharpProductions, and as you can see on their website here, this is on Etsy. They have all these different adapters here. They have ones for the Sharpie markers and all these other different kinds of markers. And then here's the one they created for me. So if you click on that, it shows you it's the Sulky Ultimate Cricut Explorer or Maker Adapter. It's $6.95. And it shows you here how it writes, and they made it, this was an adapter that I asked them to make, which was really super cool that they were able to do so. And it fits in the pen holder there, and it gives you a little bit about the product and everything. And then you can see the reviews down here. Everything works, and I've never had an issue with any of mine. They work perfectly. They fit right in all the machines. So that is the pens there. Now, again, the name is KidSharpProductions, and if they were so gracious with my when I was emailing them back and telling them how thankful I was for them to help me and making this for something that I thought of. So they were very nice enough to offer all of my viewers, if you're interested in this adapter or any of the other adapters, if you purchase anything, you'll be able to use a coupon code to save some money. So if you want to save a little bit of money on your purchase, just use the coupon code So What, and I'll put it down on the bottom here. So it'll be right down here in the bottom. It's going to be So What in all caps. And if you use that code, you will go ahead and you will receive, hold on one second. Sorry about that. You will receive 10% off your purchase if you want to purchase that adapter or any of the other adapters that you want. They also have little planters, and they can do, I think they must have a 3D printer or something, because they have these names you can print. But look at all these markers and things. If you have a Cricut and you're trying to do paper crafting, I mean, these adapters are amazing. I have never had a problem. They work perfectly. Exactly the way they say they're going to work is how they work. Like I said, I highly recommend this company. They are wonderful. I can't say enough good things about them. So like I said, if you want to purchase or look into that, the coupon code is So What, and I'll put that in the description box below as well. And so let's get over to and there's the name again, KidSharpProductions. So let me swing back over and let's show you how this pen works. Alright, so one of the first things you're going to need is one of these sulky iron-on pens. Now, certain craft stores will carry them, and I think you can find them on Amazon. And you can get them individually or in this pack. I happen to have this multi-pack. And then, of course, you're going to need the sulky adapter here. Now, the adapter goes in like this, and you can see on my machine up here that that's how it sits in there. And then the pen goes in through there. So you need one of the adapters. And then I have this tracing paper that we're going to draw on, and this is nice because this will, you use this and then it gives you the instructions on how to transfer the drawing onto your fabric. So it's really quite simple. I mean, these will draw right on there, on the fabric, but this is nice because if you draw it on here and then you use an iron and iron this onto your embroidery project, it'll work beautifully. You can also look into these other products too. You could have them draw on where has this peel and stick, different types of and what am I looking for? Not embroidery, but the interfacing. So you could try and experiment with those too, but we're going to use the tracing paper today. And if you don't own a Cricut, or if you do own a Cricut, you will need a Cricut mat. They come in different kinds and sizes. We will need, this one is a low tack, which would be perfect for the tracing paper because it won't stick, it will stick but not so much that it will tear. So that will be perfect for that. And then for your project, obviously you need an embroidery hoop and any type of embroidery thread brands that you want to use for your project. You also will need embroidery needles for your project. I just picked up this little pack here. And then you will need something to do the embroidery on. This is just a bandana I had. You could do a t-shirt, but you'd have to put the interfacing, that other interfacing would come into play. You can embroider on anything really that you'd like. And so let's get started. So first, and Cricuts all come with these protective sleeves, so we're going to take that off. And my mat's well used, so like I said, I do a lot of vinyl and things and cutting for that, so I made myself some business cards on them too. So this is a low tack, so it's gonna stick enough, but not enough to where it's going to peel. So then we're going to get ourselves a piece of this tracing paper, and again, most of this can be picked up at any store that you can find embroidery, or you should be able to find that on Amazon or somewhere like that. So then we're going to just put our tracing paper down like so. You want to kind of line it up on the mat. Now this, like I said, if you don't have a Cricut, that is fine. You don't have to have a Cricut to do this. If you wanted to use this tracing paper, it's really good and see-through, so you could hold this up to a light box or to a window and trace a design with the pen. Because it will just, I'll show you here in the corner up here, it'll draw right on there and you don't See right there? And you don't even have to have a Cricut to do that. But it's just the Cricut, if you do have one, makes it really nice. Or if you know someone who has one, you could have maybe borrow it, you know, go over and have a craft night, make some things. But so you just want to kind of lightly push that on there, like so. And so now we're going to pick our design. So when you have a Cricut, I'm going to swing back over to the computer. When you have a Cricut, your computer will, it works with your computer. So you would use what they call, is their Cricut design space, is the programming they use. And they have lots and lots of different, like, images and designs that you can pick. I have gone ahead and chosen this free design that they have that says #CraftAddict. But if you were wanting to use their programming under images, there's a zillion different images that you can purchase or that you are for free. And they're always, I mean, there's always something. This one just happened to be a free one that I had, and I picked Craft Addict. So once you get it all sized up and ready to go, I just used this yellow background so that you could see the design. But once you get this all set up and ready to go, you come up in the design space here and you will hit Make It. And then it will show you a picture of your board. Now it's going to go the long ways, so I will actually want to go back and hit cancel because it's warning me that my image is too big. So what I want to do is I'm going to get rid of this background, and I'm going to scroll down to find my image here. Oops. Okay, so then I'm going to click on my image so that it's all loaded there, and shrink that down a little bit. So now I want to unclick this this here, so that I want to unlock it so that I can change the width, because I'm going to make this be, let's see, 4 by 8. So I want this to be a 4 and this to be an 8. And let's see. See, no, I think I want to change that. So we're going to change it like this. I'm going to spin it around, scoot it over a little bit, and change that around there, because we want this to be a 4 by 8. Like that. There we go. Now I can lock this and then bring it out like this. I think I'm going to unlock it and play with this for a minute here. So I want it to go like that. We're going to bring this up. I'm going to scroll. Oh, sometimes with Cricut you have to play with it because it'll stick things lower or higher depending on where you're at. And I apologize if this is kind of hard to see. Okay, so now I'm going to click on this. It's going to be draw. And I'm just going to change the color so you can see it a little better. Sometimes black is hard to see. Let's see. Let's try. Let's see if I do marker, if it's easier. Sorry guys, I was hoping that would make it a little bit easier to see. Alright, so anyway, we're going to leave this clicked here. So this is where our Craft Addict thing is here. And I'm ready to print this. So let's squeeze that down just a hair. Okay, so now I'm going to go over to Make It. And if you have any questions, remember, just let me know. Oh, you know what? I did forget to do something. So let's cancel back out of this. I need to make it so that when the design is up there, it stays the way we had it on the canvas, up and down. So what I need to do is change that to cut. Let's see. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to try to make sure I got this right. Okay, I figured it out. So what I want to do, because when we first came on the page here, this was like this, and we want it to go this way, because that's the way I have my paper on there. So you can move this on the mat here when you're on the screen. For those of you who have the Cricut Design Space, you can move this around here. And we don't need it to mirror itself because we're not cutting this out with vinyl. We're going to draw it. So I actually want to go back and make sure this is going to draw, because if it's not, that will be a problem. So let me click on that and change it to draw. All right, that's better. Now I'm going to click on it and rotate it. Drag it down here. You know, if you like this type of video and want to see more Cricut tutorials, this one I'm just kind of going through kind of fast because I just want to show you the way this pen works. But if you would like to see more detail on how to use a Cricut, if you have a Cricut or have any questions on a Cricut, by all means, let me know down in the comments. And also, if you could, don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video, so I know that the content is something you'd like to see me see more of. Alright, so we don't need to mirror it because we're not cutting it out. We're just having the Cricut draw it. So now what the Cricut does is you're going to hit continue. And it's going to have you insert your project. So after it finds my machine here, it's going to tell me to load my material. So it's going to ask me to load my pen. But we're not loading the pen that it says. We're going to be loading our sulky draw pen, or sulky iron-on pen. So let me swing you over here to the Cricut. Let me get you set up here so that you can see just how this works. Okay. So, now what you're going to do is when you have a Cricut, you insert the mat like this in between these notches. And you're going to hit this flashing button over here, and that's telling you to load your paper. And now we want to make sure that we have shaken up our iron-on pen really good. And you just want to test it like we did on that corner. Make sure it's going to draw. And I'm going to insert our pen. You'll feel it kind of click in there. Close the lid. So now you'll see this other second flashing light. And it's going to say, this is the button with the Cricut head. And it's going to have you hit it. Now when you hit this button, the Cricut will then start drawing out what we said. So let's go ahead and click this and see what happens. And now the Cricut is going to draw out our image. And I just love, isn't that awesome? It just takes out all of the work for you. Now the Cricut, I'm not sure of the rhyme or reason of how or what it chooses to draw, but in the end, the whole word will be drawn out. It just, you know, it does its own thing because it's a computer or machine. But isn't that really awesome about how it draws that out? And look how awesome that pen adapter is working. You know, most people who have a Cricut think, oh, I have to use just the Cricut pens. But look at these awesome adapters that this KidSharpProductions made. I just think it's absolutely fascinating that you can use. It just opens up so much variety of different pens you could use. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And if you have a pen that you would like them to try to make an adapter for, by all means, message them, because they are very, very helpful and they respond so quickly. And I can't say enough good things about them. They're so awesome. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by anyone or any of the companies in this video in any way, but I just had to tell you guys about this company because they are such wonderful people. And I just love their adapters. And this is just awesome. I mean, it's just drawing out. I mean, the possibilities are endless. All of the things that you can make it draw for you. I mean, this is just amazing. I just can't even get enough of watching this. This is so awesome. I just can't believe that something I thought of just came to creation. So then you'll take this and you will iron it onto your garment or your shirt or your bandana, and then all you have to do is embroider around it. It's absolutely fascinating. Alright, so then you're going to hit this button and we're going to take out our project. And look at that. Craft Addict. Now all you have to do is take that to your project and iron it on and then embroider around it. I mean, how simple is that? And again, it doesn't have to be a Cricut. It could be anything. If you want to hand draw something, if you're like an artist and you can draw things, or you want to trace something, that's totally an option. But I mean, just look how awesome that is. I just can't even say enough. Like I said, I have all these other different adapters. Let me see if I can find one of them. I think I have them in my bucket here. I cannot remember where I put them, but they're just... Oh, you know what? I do know where they're at. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. I thought I had them all sitting here. They're just absolutely amazing. So these here... So these adapters here, sorry that took me a minute to find, are all the other adapters that I have bought from them. So this one here is for the Sharpie pen. This one here is for the Sharpie fine point. And this one here is for the Sharpie ultra fine pen. So let me show you this. So here's a Sharpie fine point pen. Okay. Now if I imagine I put this into my machine, look at this. It just pops right down in there and it's going to draw with your Sharpie fine point pen. I mean, how awesome is that? And I'm definitely going to be buying some more of these because these are like, I have so many ideas with like gel pens and things. Like, it's just amazing. So go check them out. It was KidSharp Creations. Like I said, I'm going to put a link in the description box below. And if you're interested in trying out their products, their coupon code is So What, all caps. And that will get you 10% off your purchase of their wonderful, wonderful products. And so anyway, I'd like to thank KidSharp Productions for making this and making my idea come to life. I mean, it's actually absolutely amazing to think that I thought of this and they were able to do that. So I want to thank them so much, and thank you so much for helping my viewers out and getting them that coupon code. And if you purchase one of their products, let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments or message me. You can post pictures in my Facebook group, and you can find all of that in the link in the description box for my about page of this channel. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you find out from them. And so I'm going to get out of here because I can't wait to use some more of the pens and draw out some more awesome stuff. And so, as always, so what is in your craft room today?